Hello, everyone. I had some technical issues with yesterday's show. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks. So I'm trying a different format to see how this works. And let me just turn off my notifications real quick. And if you don't mind giving this a like and a share, that'd be awesome. This week's topic for Orbit at a Tilt is phases of the moon. So let's take a look at the moon. This is a look at the new moon. Now, in the new moon, the moon is in between us and the sun. So we don't see the lit side, we see the back side of the moon. That's at experiencing nighttime. Now, this is the 23rd. The moon cycle, we start it at new moon, which will be on the 23rd. But if we look at today, let's go back to today. If you look at it today, then this is what we see. Okay, and you'll notice that as the days go on, we approach new moon. The moon is in between us and the sun. Now, a couple days, as it continues, a couple days after new moon, we start to see a little crescent. Those are my favorite moons, the crescents. I used to call them toenail moons. So, we have a crescent. A crescent is anything less than halfway full. So all of these are crescents. Now this is not a crescent because we see halfway, half of it is lit. But all of these are crescents. And this crescent, when the crescent is on this side of the moon, the crescent is going to be getting bigger and bigger. And the way I remember this is it's almost like you're wiping the shadow off of the moon. You're waxing. So this is a waxing crescent because the day after, the crescent will be bigger. The day after that, it will be bigger still. The day after that, it's going to be even bigger. And then on this day, actually probably this day, we have half. We see half of the lit side. That is a quarter moon. This is the first quarter when we can see half. That means it's halfway to full. So this is the first quarter moon. Excuse me. So up until now, these were all waxing crescents, getting bigger, bigger, bigger until we get to the first quarter. As we continue past first quarter, this is called a gibbous moon. A gibbous means that it's more than halfway lit. Gibbous technically means belly. So a gibbous moon has this little bulge. And this is getting bigger and bigger. So we're still waxing. We're still waxing. Waxing to reveal more and more of the moon until we get to full moon. Full moon, we are in between the Earth and the Sun. And so we can see the full, bright, lit side of the moon. And if this lines up perfectly like it will next month, this is an opportunity for a lunar eclipse. Okay, so we keep going around. Now this time, the moon is going to get darker and darker and darker because from our point of view, it looks like the shadow is going to be creeping across the moon. What's actually happening is the part of the moon that is lit is facing away from us more and more. So this is called a waning gibbous. It's gibbous because it's less than full but more than half. It's still got the belly, but it's getting smaller and smaller. That's waning. Until we get to about here. That's a little too much. Maybe move ahead in time a little bit. Okay, now we have half. This is the last quarter. The last quarter. Because this is going to continue to wane and get darker and darker, and we won't be able to see any of it. Now, past this point, these are crescents. So this is a waning crescent. This is a waning crescent. Waning crescent. These are my favorites, when you can just see that little outline. And by the way, if the conditions are right, you can still see sort of this part of the moon very faintly, especially maybe the edge, and that is called earth shine. That is the light reflecting off of the earth back onto the moon. So that's pretty cool. But this is a waning crescent. Waning crescent. We're getting back to full moon. And the process starts all over again. So I'm going to put this in motion so we can watch this progress. Maybe I'll slow it down a little bit. Okay, so this is waning, getting smaller. New moon. We're going to be waxing now. We start off with the crescent. Waxing crescent, waxing crescent. First quarter. Waxing gibbous, waxing gibbous. Full moon. Waning gibbous, waning gibbous. Last quarter. Waning crescent, new moon. It's as easy as that. I also want you to see, we're not going to talk about it now, but I want you to see if you can think of which of those moons we will see in daytime. Okay? So I'll just put that up there just for visual again, one more time. Some of these we'll see in daytime, but which ones? And some we'll see before dawn, and some we'll see after dawn. So give that some thought. In other words, where is the Earth in relation to the sun during all this? So that would be our next little mini topic. Okay, let me know how you like this Redux format. I'm keeping it under 10 minutes, doing one concept at a time. If you have a question, something you're wondering about space, let me know, because I want to talk about what you want to talk about. I want to talk about everything, so good chance if you want to talk about it, so do I. Okay, I'll see you later, and don't forget to look up.